Hey, what's up, community? It's KJ here from nappyhair.com, and I am back for another episode of KJ Live. And today on my live, I am going to talk about the states of hair and why that is important why that is important for you to know when you're considering a type of hair extension texture. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be talking about today. But as I start any live, I talk about what I am wearing and what's going on with my hair. And I am wearing a wig today. And I do have my hair out. This is my real hair here. And I have been heat styling my hair for almost a month now. I went to the salon in early May, and shout out to the community members salon that I was able to go to in LA. And I love the way that she is heat styling my hair in a healthy way, because I am all about the health of your hair. We can have our hair look good and beautiful. We can, wear short hair, wear long hair. We can wear all the many different types of hair extensions. But the one thing that must be constant is the health of your hair. That is the most important. That's the way that your hair is going to look the best and blend the best when using human hair extensions. Another thing I want to point out with what I'm wearing is with this wig has not been not been recurled since last Thursday. This wig was shampooed, conditioned, blow dried straight. It is a kinky coarse texture. I don't know if we can get in a little bit closer on my hair. Mike, that's a question. Can we zoom in on my hair a little bit? Just so, like, here's my hair. My hair is straightened. So because my hair is straightened with heat, my extensions have to be straightened with heat as well. So I am wearing the kinky coarse texture, which I do the majority of the time. And if you're new to the community, or if you're, a longtime community member, you should know that kinky coarse is the tightest of the hair extensions textures, meaning that it's going to blend best with kinky and coily hair with the least amount of heat. But also, if you want to put more heat on it, you're still going to get the beautiful blend, just like what I have on my hair today. But this wig was heat styled last week. I did not recurl it today. So this is 7 days plus after, to where I haven't had to curl this wig. And I still get questions and comments from community members all the time asking me how can they keep their a curl in their hair. And we've got to, get into details on that really soon and talk about how to keep a curl in your hair. And I think the reason why a lot of you are not getting a good holding curl with your hair extensions is, I'm 99% sure it's due to the application. It's something that you are doing to the hair. You're either not curling it in the small enough section, wanting it to then curl like it should, but you're not using a small enough section because you're comparing it to another texture. If you are comparing kinky coarse hair to straight hair types and you are curling your hair as if the hair were already straightened, you're not going to get the same results, because it is very important to understand the differences of hair. It's not that kinky coarse is worse than not so nappy or worse than natural straight. They are just different, and you have to understand the differences in those. And when you do, you will have a better experience with your hair extensions. So that's what I'm here to do. That's what KJ Lives are all about. It is about informing you and educating you in a way that I can build trust with my community, because I am here to tell you the truth. Like, why would I tell you anything else? It just doesn't make sense. I have to tell you the truth. And this is why we have these talks. And I'm happy to be of service to my community. So if you do, this is live, and if there is some questions or comments, unfortunately, I'm unable to see those right now. The way, as I'm sure you guys can notice, I'm in a different setting today. But leave me a comment and I will get back to you when this live is over. So, and again, if you are just joining me, thank you very much. And I'm KJ from nappyhair.com. All right, so let's talk about, oh wait, before that, before I get into that, I want to give a little bit of background as to why I chose this topic today about understanding the different states of hair. Just like I was just talking about how my hair is right now, the reason why this hair extension, sorry, I felt something on my face. The reason why this hair looks the way that it does is because it has been heat styled, okay? And again, because kinky coarse is the tightest texture, I then need to apply more heat to it to get it very straight. Okay, my point in saying that is I recently had a conversation with a community member who purchased a kinky coily texture, but her product was a weft. Okay, so I'm assuming she was buying this to sew it into her hair, but she could be making her own clip-ins out of the weft. She could just be using the weft to wrap around her hair to make a ponytail, etc., etc. There's many different things that she can do with that weft. But the point is, she did buy kinky coily hair. Okay, so the length that she purchased was 22 inches. Now, I want to say this. You know, I've been manufacturing hair for 10 years now, okay? Been selling hair under Nappy Hair for almost 8 years. It'll be my 8th anniversary in October. I give that time frame because I want to let you know the amount of time I have spent with hair extensions, day in and day out, for almost 10 years. And I think that is important because I probably have more experience than the majority of my community dealing with hair extensions just because of what I do. I have spent far more time with different types of hair extensions. The majority of us in the community, we stick to what we know, okay? We don't really venture out into other types of hair extensions. And the majority of us in the community, we have been wearing hair extensions that didn't match our natural texture because we were just uneducated on it, and also it didn't exist. 15 years ago, we did not have coily hair extensions that were human hair. Can we just get a shot of when I say coily of what I mean? So, we did not have human hair extensions that looked like this 15, 20 years ago, okay? So because we didn't, I totally understand as to why when it is available to the community now, that there is some misunderstanding as to what is kinky coily hair extensions, because there's misunderstanding about human hair extensions, okay? And that's just all encompassing of everything. What is human hair and what is not human hair, okay? So this community member purchased a kinky coily weft, and she purchased a weft in 22 inches. She sent me an email saying, hey, this weft is not 22 inches. So my staff emailed her back and said, the proper way to judge a kinky coily weft for the length is to stretch the hair, okay? So I want to talk about what she saw. What she saw when she purchased that weft, when it was delivered to her, the hair had not been shampooed. The hair had not been conditioned. The hair had not been stretched so that she could see the full length of 22 inches. Now, I can understand why she may have thought that because she purchased 22-inch kinky coily hair, I can understand that she thought it was going to be 22 inches in the state that it came to her, especially if this is a person who is then comparing kinky coily hair to a straighter texture, because with the straighter texture and a straighter hair type really is I want to use the proper language. If she was comparing if she was thinking her 22-inch kinky coily weft, when it was delivered, that she would see right then and there, straight out of the package, 22 inches, that she can get a measuring tape and see that her hair is 22 inches, she is comparing that to straight hair. And I'm going to explain why. If we cut to the coily, okay, this is 20 inches, and I left my measuring tape. Sorry, guys. But if I had a measuring tape, you can just look at this, and this does not look like 20 inches, okay? Now, this piece, which is the same coily texture as this, is longer. Because this is 20 inches. This sample that I have here is 20 inches. It's not 22. Okay? You're only going to see the 20-inch length when the hair has been stretched. Okay? So I believe that her weft is 22 inches. I do want to say this. There is always room for human error. Okay, what could have happened in the factory is that we, used 20 inches or even 19 inches. And then with the shrinkage, it then looks 15 inches like this. There is a 4-inch, at least a 4-inch separation from this kinky coily air dried. Okay, because kinky coily is going to mimic your natural coils. The way that my hair is, and let's go back to my hair. Okay, this is a piece of my hair, right? But my hair coily, which you guys know I'm a coily, in its coily state, my coils are only this long when I pull them to be this long. Again, if we're going to measure kinky coily in its natural state compared to a different type of hair, you are going to be confused. You are going to feel robbed. You're going to feel like you wasted your money, but you have not wasted your money. You are actually comparing it incorrectly, because kinky coily must be judged for what it is. If we are mimicking coils, this is kinky coily hair in its natural state. And kinky coily hair in its natural state has shrinkage. But when you pull on coily hair, you then see that the hair becomes elongated, which is then mimicking a straighter hair type. Okay, so I have been going, I feel like I'm getting my teacher hat on, but I have to communicate this way when it comes to hair extensions. For far too long in the community, okay, the beauty community, we have just been leading with vanity, quick fix, and not having the proper understanding of the things that we are using. And especially those of us who are in the type 3 and type 4 hair community, where our natural hair is coily, then so our natural hair is coily, right? But the majority of us in the community have not been wearing our hair in a coily state. Okay, so if you have not been styling your hair to where you can still see your coils, okay, so you're styling your hair with no heat. If you have not done that to your hair, you will then be confused as to when you get coily hair extensions. You will have an incorrect measurement, as I believe this community member had, okay, and this was her first purchase. And I'm going to bring up why the texture kit is so important, so we wouldn't have this back and forth that we had. But I love this experience that I had, because I can use it as a way to educate the community as to understand what you are purchasing. It is very important. You are spending your hard-earned money on hair extensions, okay? And I completely understand how our community, especially those of us in the curly and coily, we had been underserved, not having the hair extensions, right? Not having something that can promote the health of our hair. I love coily hair. So for those of you that want to wear, you want to add length to your natural coils and you want to wear your hair coily hair extensions are perfect for you. But you've got to understand what they are. So I believe this community member, and there's a couple more topics that I want to talk about in my conversation with her. And I love speaking to the community. That's the way that I get to know what is it that the people are thinking. I want to know how you think. This is the way I can let you know my 8 and 10 years of expertise, really 23 years of expertise. I've been wearing hair extensions since I was 13. Okay, so I feel like I got a lot of years on a lot of you for wearing hair. But again, I believe that community member was hoping that her coily hair right out of the package was this long, because this would look like if she stretched this, she would see, oh, this is 22 inches. And again, this is 20 inch. Am I holding it okay? Okay, so because I have already stretched this sample with heat, I use the blow dryer. Okay, so using the blow dryer is elongating the coils. That's what heat does. When you put heat on human hair, you change the state of the hair. Okay, so having the coils, and I'm sorry, I should have brought a sample of what kinky coily looks like right out of the once it's delivered, because it is more it is tighter than this, because again, this coil is put on to straight human hair. We've talked about that in other lives. This pattern is applied to the hair. You're only going to see the natural state of it once you shampoo, condition, and well, for this, if you want to leave it like this, you just shampoo and conditioning it and letting it air dry. So then you can see the natural state of the kinky coily hair type. Okay, so kinky coily again is mimicking your natural hair. Your natural hair, if you are coily, if you're in the type 4 hair type, shout out to Andre Walker, I always got to bring him up for creating this hair typing system, a hair typing category system, so we could understand what our hair is and how we can have proper hair care. Okay, that's all he was trying to do. So then, if that's what it is, if you know that you're coily and then you are looking for coily hair extensions, recognize that the hair is going to come to you and it's already shrunk. Period. It's already shrunk. It already has shrinkage. All the shrinkage that the hair is going to have, you will see that upon delivery. It is then your job to shampoo it, condition it, and leave it in its natural state like this, or you will elongate it by twisting your hair, by doing a twist out, by blow drying it, and using methods to stretch the hair. When you're stretching the hair, think about you are straightening the hair. You are removing, releasing the kink, okay? This is all human hair. Just like if you have naturally coily hair, you too have human hair, okay? Hair type 1, which is no kink at all, is the same human hair as is naturally coily hair, because these hair extensions start by using straight human hair, and we can make it look and appear like any hair type known to man because it's human hair. Okay, so I think I've stressed that point enough, and I do have a curly sample as well, and I'll get to that, but I still want to talk about the coils. And I want to talk about the texture match kit, because I believe because of my experience in selling hair extensions, is the reason why you need to understand the type of hair you are purchasing because of the lack of education in the community. For many, many years, we were just bound to one type of hair, and we were burning our hair out trying to blend in with something that was not natural to us and something that didn't have the various degrees of human hair. Okay? Just like my hair is coily. My hair is coily, and it has more coil than somebody who is wavy. But if I take straight human hair and I add a coil to it, then I am mimicking what is natural to me. But because this is new to the community, there's a misunderstanding of hair extensions. And so after we went back and forth and we said, hey, you got to stretch it so you can see it. So she had a weft, and she kind of pulled on it. She did pull on it in the photo, but the hair had not been cleansed. Okay, and when I say that, like, I kind of want to go to something else, and I'm not gonna go. I want to talk. If you're a person of faith, you can understand this. If something hasn't been cleansed, cleansing something is a renewal. Like, honestly, what water will do to human hair is amazing. So my point is, when she was trying to stretch, she was stretching it, but stretching it just like this is not the same as when you put water on something. When you put water on human hair, it allows for the manipulation of hair, okay? And when you use products such as shampoo, when you use conditioner, there are products that help to enhance the hair. So this community member and I were going back and forth. She was like, I stretched it. It's still not 22 inches. But yes, she stretched it without having the hair being cleansed. And so I always talk about, just shampooing the hair, right? That's the first step. That's the first step that you need to do to start to see what is really true to this hair, because the hair was just bound up. The hair was bound up the way that the curling rods that are used to put on the hair. So to make coily hair, what you do is you take straight hair and you just wind it up really, 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 really tight. You use like a perm rod, okay? And then that becomes baked in. So for those of you who have ever had individual braids, you dip your hair. You braid your hair up tightly, and then you dip it in hot water, okay? And that water, dipping the hair in water, does something to human hair. It does something to humans. Like, put water on your skin and you will see the effects of what the water can do, okay? So again, when you do not have the proper understanding of the products you're using, you will be confused and you will be, what's the word for it? You will feel like you're not getting, it will mess up your expectations when you do not have the realistic expectations for something. To have realistic expectations, you must understand what it is. You have to this is with anything. You have to understand what it is. And shout out to this community member, because we were going back and forth and she was like, girl, give me a refund. And I'm like, okay, calm down. Like, let's talk about this. I even said, hey, let's get on the phone. Let's set up a Zoom call. And I'm just going to hit on this because since, I'm on this street, is, first of all, I want to say I love this community that I serve. Like, honestly, like I could cry about it, but I'm not going to. And I believe this woman came to nappyhair.com out of, a need. She wanted something. I've been around a long time, and there's a level of trust. There's a level of responsibility that I take for saying I have a product that's going to do X, Y, and Z. I want my products to do X, Y, and Z for you in your life. Like, understand that, because I wear the products. Okay, like, I am the first community member. I am the chairperson of the community, okay? And I gladly take that on and understand that responsibility, because I must give you what I am saying I am going to give you. And your job as community members is to understand fully what it is that you're getting. I need you to understand that. And this is why I do these lives. And I'm coming to you, this is not about vanity right now. This is about education. I want to inform you on the products that you are getting. And we can have fun by doing it. Like, I feel like right now this is like a little bit like a stern talk, but I believe it's appropriate, because I don't want women spending their hard-earned money on products that they don't fully understand. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. What you want out there for hair extensions, it does now exist. It exists because of people like me who now have access to factories to say, hey, do this way, because I understand what the community needs, because I have hair just like you. Like, go on my Instagram and you guys will see, and more with these lives on YouTube, you're going to see my true coils. Okay, you are going to see KJ has hair like you. The overwhelming majority of us in the community have coily hair. Okay, like, I'm going to say that until I'm blue in the face. We have coily hair. So I know what I'm doing because of the expertise that I have in this industry. It's just, and that's why this woman came to me. So she came to me for that. That's what I believe. When someone is going to spend their money with me, I believe they are trusting me that I am going to give them what I say that I'm going to give them. And I believe and I can understand, she didn't want to get on the phone with me. And I think she didn't want to get on the phone with me because I was going to maybe talk her out of like not having that coily weft. And that wasn't my point. My point was that, and I am assuming that that's the reason why she didn't want to get on the phone with me. But I don't know. And I hope that she and I will be able to have a conversation, because again, I have nothing to hide. I want to let her know what is the truth about coily hair extensions. I believe that weft really is 22 inches, but you are only going to see the full 22 inches of that weft when you stretch it. 22 inches, again, this is 20 inches right here. This is 20 inches of coily hair, not 20 inches of straight hair. If this was straight hair, it would look longer. Okay, but this is not that. The 20 inches are here. I believe you guys are able to see that, yes, this is longer than this, but these are the exact same texture. Okay, the exact same. So, I didn't like that she didn't want to get on the phone with me, because on the phone, I believe I would, she would hear my voice. I would be able to, again, I'm here to tell the truth. I have no reason to tell you otherwise. It doesn't serve me to tell you something that's a lie. It just doesn't serve me. So she did decide to keep the 22 inch, but she says she maintained that it was not 22 inches. And again, there is always human error, but it wasn't like it was 12 inches. It wasn't 14 inches. It wasn't 16 inches. Because let me tell you something, if it was 16-inch hair, the coils would have been way shorter than what it was. She was able to get stretch, and she was able to stretch it. But again, she's not going to stretch it by her hand this long. She's not going to see Can we go to this camera? She's not going to see this just by pulling on her with her hand. And again, even, I mean, you guys can see, yes, I am pulling this, but again, this has already been shampooed. This has already been washed. Okay, technically shampoo because we put shampoo on there. I'm trying to use cosmetology technical terms. But yes, because the hair has been shampooed, it has opened up the coils. She was comparing this to coils that had not yet been opened because it hadn't been shampooed. Like, this is really the details. This is the real details. It's almost like, you know, you don't go to a mechanic, if a mechanic for your car, and get into an argument with the mechanic about the radiator when you don't know what a radiator even looks like. You don't even know where the radiator is in your car. You don't do that to a mechanic. I don't. And if those of you who are out there that do that, you know, unless you know what it takes for the radiator, I sure don't. You know, it is improper to have, you know, that judgment that I say this lovingly and respectfully. I really do. It's improper to have a judgment that you know more than the mechanic. And I say that with all the love and respect that I have in my heart, because I am a practitioner of hair extensions. I have been doing this for years, and I have the understanding, and this is why the community trusts me. This is why my retention rate is so high. Overwhelmingly, when the community comes to me one time, 60% comes back. Okay, I have proof of that. Okay, and I say that humbly, because women trust me because I'm telling them the truth. And because I am so serious and have such a passion for hair, I know what to do. I know how the hair should be produced. And when there is an error, which there's going to be errors from time to time, we're humans. There is going to be errors. When there is an error, we fix it. If there is an error where the 22-inch weft was not fully 22 inches, let's point that out. Like, I will correct that. But I want you to understand how you really see the 22 inches of hair. Okay, KJ rant, done. Let me show you just for... because nappy hair is about type 3 and type 4, you know, the coils and the curls. So this is curly hair that I blow dried. Again, if we put a flat iron to this, it would get even straighter. It would get bone straight. A lot of times I get questions, what does coily hair look like straightened? Straight hair, period. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. It will be human hair straightened. It will curl like human hair. You can do anything to it. You can do anything. But when we are purchasing hair extensions that is mimicking our hair with no heat, I recommend that the community use the hair extensions for the pattern that was placed on the hair. Okay, so if the pattern is curly, let's use it for curly. We can still blow it out and stretch it out like this, but let's use minimal heat on it because we do want to keep the integrity of the hair. And again, too much heat on your hair is damaging. Too much heat on human hair extensions will damage and degrade the hair. It's human hair, so it's going to act as such. Okay, I think I'm all done. Was there any way to see if there was any questions? Live questions? Hopefully we have some viewers. Okay. I'm not normally on YouTube for my lives. Normally I am on Instagram. But I will be coming live more on YouTube. Okay, so you guys will get accustomed to this, and you can send me questions and I can answer them. I want to think if there was anything else that I wanted to talk about the coils. I don't think so. Was there anything else that was on my mind that was pressing? No. I think I communicated what I wanted to communicate about understanding the natural state of the hair. And it really goes back to you understanding the natural state of your hair. Just like the new community member who and you know, she's still in the community. You know, very soon I will talk about community standards. You know, as members, I have an obligation to you. I believe you have an obligation to me, to the community. I forgot what I was saying. But I think I have communicated what I wanted to about understanding the natural state. Oh, that's what it was. So again, if you do not play around with your coils and you don't understand your coils, but you know what? You do understand your coils, because everyone knows that coily hair has shrinkage. Okay? So guess what? Coily hair extensions will also have shrinkage. The human hair is the same. Human hair is human hair is human hair. All right? So I thank all of you for watching this. Even though if you're not watching it live, you are still watching it, and I am talking to you. Okay? So thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in a next episode of KJ Live.